Tell me your turbo's cooked because your smoke alarm goes off in your shed. You wouldn't read about it. Pulsar, hook me up. I killed a turbo. We're back, Penny. We're gonna have you in tip-top shape in potentially 2 weeks. 2 weeks time. Roll racing is back on in Tassie. There's a drag strip someone's gotten a hold of and they're doing it up. Yeah, so we're gonna try fix this ready in time. So we've got a new turbo from Pulsar. I need to pull the gearbox out, change the rear main seal, and then put it back on the dyno to give it a retune to suit the new turbo size is probably the plan. Turbo off. I do like Pro Mod style, even though it's J-pipe and disgusting. So easy to get to. I don't know how this thing was still holding on. Like, there is oil just everywhere. It's still so oily everywhere, all over the rear end. But the annoying thing with this is it still feels pretty good. Like, it feels better than pretty good. It still feels new. Like, it's still mint. There's no movement. Like, literally hardly any. To the point it's nearly too tight, to be honest. But it's all oily through here. It's been blowing oil out. Look at the oil coming off my finger there. So it's just the oil seals let go. 5 rounds to then let go halfway through a round with a 1mm oil restrictor, which I know doesn't change the pressure as such, but it gets rid of a lot of the volume under pressure. So, unfortunately, it's let go. It has had a bit of a hard life. That's an LS. Sounds like an LS, possibly. And yeah, unfortunately, had a bit of a hard life. I'll chuck another one on it. We'll see if it lasts any longer. Yeah, how was that? What was that?
Sorry about that.
Was that a 4-cylinder?
I thought you wanted some decent content. I want to give you a little bit of LS action. So
Listen to the V8 guys. Like, who are these people? Also, actually, twin blade chopper prop. A lad sent it to me, a follower, a subscriber. Thank you very much. This is going on the boat at some stage. It is cold here and snowing up the mountains, so, and hopefully that makes a big difference as well. Keen to try that. And that looks like ripple strip, doesn't it? Yeah, Bobby! That chassis copped it sweet. And these are fuel lines right here, so I'm glad they're up a little bit higher. Under Lawson. Oh, yeah! Pulling the gearbox out from the diff. Oh, we might need to hold on, because we'll probably get stuck by leaving that on there. Look at the amount of extensions needed for 256 install. Gearbox is missing. Woo! So I'll pull this off. I'll get to the flywheel, and we'll see how bad it all is in there. But here it is. We did a year before we. There's that LS guy again. It's been a year since we've had to do any work, and it's the first time pulling the gearbox out, so pretty good going, really. Need to do a little bit more massaging in the tunnel to make that easier to get in and out, because it would have been almost impossible by myself. So again, thanks to this guy, and thank you for the morale, Lyndon. Got the clutch out of her. Tell me it's been warm. That's awesome. That's wicked. I'd put that on the shelf, but it actually is going back in, so we won't yet. So props to this clutch. Extreme race clutch. Twin plate, extreme. Was already second hand. Was this second hand when we bought the whole gearbox? 6-speed? And we put it through its paces. Wow, Daniel, are you really slipping the clutch that much? That thing's sick. You can see where the clutch has been running, because there's probably a mil. I reckon there's a mil line on that, on both sides. Again, no issue. The intermediate isn't as hot. Then there's definitely some clutch material floating about, and then this one's got less wear. That's interesting. That one's got heaps less wear, but the pressure plate, first one. Oh no, whoa, I lie. It's just got wear on the other side. Oh, that's... So this is seeing more surface contact. It's definitely got less wear on this side compared to this side that's got a really obvious line. Ugh. Oh, it's going back in. I just need to measure it to see that it's not way out of spec, and I'll be putting it back in. Right, clutch is going back in. New rear main is in behind it. I cleaned all that up since I had the old bolts in and welded it and whatnot. And after a bit of prep work, I'm re-welding them. Oh yeah. Hashtag balanced. And yeah, shout out to Extreme, because as I've shown you before, this thing, oh check this out back here, I hadn't shown you this. Is basically anodized.
Oh, wow.
So this thing's been worn down. I got the specs for it today. 0.9 of a mil. It's normally 7.9 mil, and it's down to 7. So I'm probably a bit past halfway. It can go to about 6.5 mil. So I'm putting it all back together as is. The organic clutch just copping it sweet. Especially with this new turbo, it's probably going to make a little more torque, which I don't really need it to because I haven't broken a diff yet really either. So the clutch will just keep living till I think it wears out its plate, and then I'll probably upgrade it to a button clutch or something. But yeah, Extreme. Good clutch, guys. Right, the gearbox is still not in, and it's, what are we? And 10 minutes? Oh. It could be 2 days in.
10 minutes?
Yeah, 10 minutes. Yeah. Look, we've dented this a lot more. I don't know if you can see that on video. It looks really bad on video. Looks better in person. What else? I think the head is hard against here, which is also nearly hard against wiring loom. We've lowered the rack, the whole flipping K-frame actually. We're struggling. I'm surprised we got this thing out. It obviously had a lot of flex on the clutch and we pulled it out. But we'll get it. It's turned into a bit of a mission.
Don't forget the gearbox. Look at this.
Oh, yeah. True. So I also cut some tags off because they were in my way. I'm tempted. But next off, we're doing this, aren't we? We're cutting through here.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I shaved these down a bit too. Look, I think we're up to 3 beers in. But the gearbox is in. And that was a lot. But I got heaps more clearance here. We could hardly get this off when I pulled it all out. I used a spanner to get the top 2 off when we pulled it out, and we just used a socket. So we've achieved. We're going well. Gearbox is in. Next, you'll see the turbo going on. It's just froth around here. Just the morale's high. And turbo's arrived. PULSAR hooked us up again. Thank you. Shout out. I have bought... It's actually looks similar size to the front, but this is a 66 mil, and this is actually a 62. So I've gone pretty little front, and it's a 70 mil rear. So this is a 62-70 turbo. Because I wanted to try and keep that back pressure down on the rear end, and it should be a way less laggy with the smaller compressor. So this thing's pretty trick looking turbo with V-band front and rear housings as well. T4, so it should bolt straight onto the flange on there. Comes with all these fittings. And this one for the dump pipe, so I'll remake the dump pipe. Just pulled the exhaust off, and the builder has come out on me here because I just sort of put 2 tacks on it to line up. I did too. Oh, get out. Fast Fab. We've started calling ourselves Fast Fab since I fixed that lower control arm as well.
You know why they don't.
And why are we called that?
Because we get shit down.
I thought it was because we're fast.
Same thing.
That's actually come up really well. So I'm just trying to tack weld that off while we're here. We're about to turn the key. I ran out of gas on the welder. So I've finished the oil drain, but it leaked because I ran out of gas. I was trying to finish it because I was a bit excited. We bled the clutch up. Everything's done apart from oil drain. I'll get gas tomorrow to finish that off. I think we're good to go. Yeah, give her a little kick in the gut. So it wants a little bit of fuel prime, I imagine. And then cold start, loves life. I'm sure 1 cylinder sounds funny. Hear that? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's power steering, not turbo. Oh yeah. Well, it's spinning, and we have oil. Lovely. Excellent. To the dyno we go. For mid fours, 100 kilowatts. If she spins up and loves life. How are you? Just at the dyno. I knew this was smoking, but when it was turning over yesterday for the first time when it was cold, I was like, seems a bit like it's got a misfire. Almost seems like it's chaffing a bit. Almost feels like one cylinder's not happy. Oh dear. Dang it! Fresh turbo now almost hits a fresh motor. We may not be on the dyno. Might be wasting our time. So all of a sudden we're in another shed. Pull the coil packs out, pull the spark plugs out, and we'll see what it says. But potentially smoky, like more than I'd admit. My boat's a better runner. Come on. Right, plugs are out, and I'll be honest, they're slightly warm. They all look like good. Like there's no earth straps that look average. There's no. Oh, that's really warm. There's nothing that makes me think one cylinder's really cooked. Ray's been really positive and thinks it could be a head gasket. So, could well be that. This motor does run stock head bolts just because that's what we put in it. It also has reused rod bolts, but they haven't let go. But, yeah, could it be head gasket? I don't know. Everyone comment below what cylinder do you reckon is going to be low. I'm going to say number 4. Tabby?
Yep. Oh, here's our problem.
Yeah, I felt that, so that one sounds different.
Here's our problem, buddy.
Number 4 as well.
50 pounds.
Oh, hello. Oh, that one's not happy. What's number 4 look like? Fine, too. Good, love it. You good?
Yep.
I still don't know what that noise is.
No, 170s. Yep. 220.
We range 180 to 220 to 50 at number 4. Getting a bit technical, doing a leak down test. Once I fitted in the plug hole of the Barra, pretty tight in there. And yeah, no, it's not great. This is pressure in, this is what the pressure is holding. It's more than 0. But not much. 30? No, not even. That's 40. I don't even know. Call it 10. And yeah, it's coming out of there. Pretty well all she wrote, I think. Not coming out the intake, not coming out the exhaust, so valves are fine. Potentially a piston let go. Be interesting to check what that injector looks like, but number 4 spark plug looked fine. So I think it's just gotten too hot for its own good, to be honest.
Yeah.
Top 16 competition got the better of it. That's just drifting. Well, that actually sucks, because now I need to put a new motor in it. We'll fix this side. Well, roll racing actually got cancelled. I just read that before.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, roll it's meant to rain. So at least now my rush to get it ready for in 2 days' time isn't as big a deal, because it's no good.
It's no good.
Classic. Oh, we did well out of this motor. We did a year, I guess. Didn't expect this. Probably should have checked. I am asking myself why I didn't check this before I pulled it all apart and did the remade and everything. I think the turbo was blowing so much oil, it was so cooked that I just thought, oh, I didn't even think. I didn't even check it. So that's a belter. And I do remember it turning over towards the end of the Saturday of the drift, and I thought there was a notable change in one of the cylinders, like it was not making compression. Turns out I was right. That sucks. Well, we'll be right back with a new motor.
To be continued.
Thanks for watching. Hit subscribe. Why was I happy about it? I'm just smiling because whatever. And I still got to buy coil lappers. Please keep watching and share it around to your friends, because I've now got 2 motors to worry about. Freddy's and Penny's. I'm drowning.
I'll put money on this as a motor first.
Whoa, it's true. It's true. My block's just there.
Oh, it started.
It started. Oh, I'm here to grout fill it. Look at it. It's got one nice little pass on it. I bought more stuff and spent money on the head today. Head, CNC ported head.
Oh, you been...
Just having a moment here, thinking about, you know, it's chaffing a bit. It's a bit smoky. I said it was turbo. Like an idiot. I'm wondering if I just put a new turbo on the big girl. Thanks, Pulsar. And wondered why this one felt so good. He's over there at the moment. I reckon this, yeah, I still think there's oil in it everywhere. But like this turbo still feels mint. So potentially nothing wrong with that turbo. Maybe I have heard a piston. It's got oil in it. It's oil going through the whole setup. GoPro went flat, so we're back here. So potentially this is what I've done. I reckon I have. I've got a little melt going down the side of a piston, which is weird for ethanol, or weird. It's a bit interesting for ethanol, and all the spark plug tips look fine. So, and I took a degree and a half of timing out of it because I knew the fuel was 6 months old as well. But guess I'm getting at, I may have swapped turbos when not quite needed, and now I get to pull the motor out. I guess we'll find out. But it is still apparently a little bit smoky once it was up to temperature. Apparently. Oh, nice jumper.
Thanks, bro.